You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Working Like Dogs is brought to you by PetCare RX, America's most affordable pet pharmacy. PetCare RX offers the same meds as top vets, but with a savings up to 50%. And if you find a lower price on a certified EPA and FDA-approved medication, PetCare RX will match that price. So go to PetCareRx.com. Use promo code WORKDOGS10, WORKDOGS, the number 10, and receive $10 off orders of $50 or more.
Hello, and welcome to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. Thank you for joining us today. We're your hosts. My name is Marcie Davis, and my trusty co-host is my service dog, Whistle. And we're thrilled to be with you today to talk about our favorite topic, working dogs. And today, our guests are Matt and Amie Chapman. And Amie and Matt are puppy raisers for Guide Dogs for the Blind. And they're also the dynamic duo behind the popular YouTube series, Up Guide Pup. And they're going to talk with us today about their weekly video blog and also what it's like to be a puppy raiser. So you're going to want to come right back after these messages as we visit with Matt and Amie Chapman. So come right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
We really love pets. There isn't anything we won't do to make sure they're getting the best products and the best care. So when you ask us a question like,
so how do you feel about cat condos?
We can say from experience,
feels like home for her.
Enter the code WORK10, WORK, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at Petco.com.
There's a movement afoot, ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code WORKING, WORKING, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
Celebrate your special occasion and give her this classic semi-eternity band created with 1-carat brilliant diamonds, channel set in 14-carat white gold. Exclusively yours from ice.com. Free shipping over $150, free returns, and 30-day money-back guarantee.
Go to ice.com and use promo code ACTFP and get 20% off your purchase. Or use promo code ADTFP and get 20% off at diamond.com. Ice.com or diamond.com. Get 20% off from Pet Life Radio.
This year, Americans are expected to spend a jaw-dropping $36 billion on their pets. From lighted leashes to high-end spa products, the discriminating pet owner can find just about anything to pamper his or her pet. Hi, this is Michelle Fern. Join me every week for Best Bets for Pets, where we'll talk about the latest pet products and talk to the companies that make them. Best Bets for Pets, every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. We're visiting today with Matt and Amie Chapman. Hello, Matt and Amie, and welcome.
Hello. Hey, thank you.
Well, we're so glad you guys could be with us today because today is a very special day because you have a puppy that you're raising now, Ricki, and I believe today is Ricki's birthday?
It is her first birthday today.
Yeah, it's so funny. It is actually her birthday. To the date.
That's awesome. Well, give Ricki a big hug and kiss for us, and happy birthday.
Thank you. Do that. He's napping at my feet right now.
And how are you celebrating?
We are at Disneyland right now in LA, and we actually already went out for a couple hours and just did a little bit of filming. We did some training with her. Amie exposed Ricki to Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, who actually were doing we could do a photo session with them, and we actually got lucky enough to actually get them both in our video at the same time, which is really cool. So she's already been exposed to Mickey and Donald.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Wow. Well, Amie, tell us, how did you get started as a puppy raiser for Guide Dogs for the Blind?
Actually, it was a while ago when I was taking some college classes, and one of my classmates had a puppy in training for Guide Dogs of America, and I started talking to her and found out more about what it's like to be a puppy raiser, and I thought, how cool is that to get a dog and take it everywhere you go? I'm kind of a dog person, and it just sounds like a lot of fun to me, so I started looking into it, and Guide Dogs for the Blind was actually a lot closer to where we lived, so we ended up going up to that school, and a few months after I met this person, we got our first puppy. I was real insistent telling Matt, I really want to do this, I really want to do this, and we finally got our first puppy a little over 8 years ago, and here we are in puppy number 10, still going.
Wow, so puppy number 10?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, so when you first got started, what was it like? What did you have to do to get started as a puppy raiser?
Well, for Guide Dogs for the Blind, they have us meet with puppy raising groups in our area. So we had to call our puppy raising leaders in the area that we live, and we started going to the puppy meetings. They made us go to 3, and then they came and did a little house check to see where the puppy would be staying. And we also got to ask any questions, and we were given a puppy raising manual to read over, and then we filled out our application. And a couple weeks later, we had a 9-week-old black lab at our house. It was scary at first, but we had a lot of help and a lot of guidance from our leaders and our puppy group, and we had such a fantastic experience with him. I was like, I want to do it again. So the day he went back for training, we picked up puppy number 2, and it just kind of has kept going.
Wow, well, that's so wonderful. I am always in such awe of puppy raisers because it is such an amazing gift that you're giving to the puppy by being such a good parent, because that's really what you are, is being their first parent, and then what you do for people with disabilities and how you impact their lives. My puppy raisers are family. We consider them part of our family because they give such an amazing gift and really independence. I mean, it's hard to articulate what puppy raisers really contribute, not only to the dog, but to the individual with the disability. And there's such a shortage of puppy raisers. There's such a need for more of them. So I just love the work that you guys are doing, not only as a puppy raiser, but what you're doing to spread the word about puppy raising and to educate others, because you guys have started a really cool video blog. So tell us about that video blog, Matt. How did that get started?
Okay, well, actually, it's funny. We should give all the credit to Amie. Amie actually approached me with the idea and said, why don't we take our talents, because I make videos for YouTube already. I have a different profile and channel, and I make content of various sorts, and it's very scattered. And my audience isn't defined. And she was like, well, why don't we do something where we take our talents and combine them? And to me, it was a great idea because it would allow me to focus on one thing. And for Amie, it's great because she's already doing the puppy raising, hobby. And so we thought, wow, why don't we do that? And so it kind of bred from that. It's a combination of our talents and our hobbies and things we both really enjoy doing. And so really that's how it all just kind of started going, was from that initial idea.
So did you work with Guide Dogs for the Blind and talk with them about it, about your idea, and get their buy-in?
We did fairly early. It wasn't immediately, but it was within a few weeks. Within maybe episode 5 or 6, we chimed in and let them know about it, and they were totally loved what we're doing and have really endorsed what we're doing and have supported us and been there for us whenever we've needed. In fact, we just shot a fundraiser with them for a coming up week, and they were really supportive, so much so they even sponsored us and paid for our way into the fundraiser dinner. So they've been very supportive and helpful. Maury, Angel over there, who's in charge of media, she's been blogging and tweeting about what we're doing. And so, yeah, they've been really, really supportive and helpful in the process.
That's great. Well, so how do you create each different video each blog posting? How do you decide what you're going to include?
So, what we do is our idea in making the show is we take our everyday lives and we just essentially, kind of open up the window of our experiences. So really, it's a combination of seeing how Ricki's progressing and looking at those things, and also what haven't we shown, what lessons do we feel like we could teach, and a combination of that, and then things we haven't done. We use the show now as an opportunity to kind of even push our envelope in areas that we haven't, really approached yet. So it's really kind of a dynamic process. It's always evolving. We're still kind of figuring it out. But the format that we've created allows that because it's just the two of us. So there's not a lot of red tape in the way. We literally can make a decision and start shooting an hour later. There isn't corporate people to talk to above us or a film crew that we got to arrange to have all available, which I've been through. And we knew that would be a problem. So we've just kept it small and simple and used our talents that we have and use that sort of approach, and I think it's working pretty good for us.
Yeah, that's such a smart idea, and it is so nice that you can be flexible and do what you want to do and have that creative control and really it's flexibility. That's great. Well, and tell me, how do you design your format so that it can be accessible to individuals who are blind or who have low vision?
It's funny, when we first came up with this idea, it was kind of an idea where we wanted to be able to explain everything. And it's a video blog, a video diary. So Amie talks about everything that happened. I acquire a ton of shots and B-roll, and then we go back and we talk about what happened. And then when we shoot the main, she has an idea of what she's going to say, but it's all very real. There's no script. So she just kind of has a bullet point list of things that she wants to talk about, and then she just says it naturally, and then I kind of edit it all together. So the format works really well that way. But the reason now the answer to your question, though, because it's a video blog, because it's very descriptive, it works really well for the visually impaired. And that almost happened on an accident, but as we kept pushing on, we realized, wow, this is really working well for the visually impaired as well, because we're so descriptive about everything we do by just using kind of the video blog format. And if you're not aware what that is, video bloggers generally just talk to a camera. They don't really have all the other additional things, the shots and stuff that we have. They just talk to a camera and say what's on their mind or what's going on in their life. We kind of take that approach to the video blog and then juxtapose it to the additional kind of docudrama, documentary style kind of coverage and B-roll and the shots that we do and put in place at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's so cool, and it's so great that people who are blind, who get a dog, it's so great that it gives them some insight into what happens and all the work that goes into getting these amazing creatures ready for us. So I think that's so cool that it is in a descriptive format so that someone who's blind or who has low vision can really experience your video blog as well.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. We're just really pleased, and we feel like we have big pharma on our side, and almost like the powers that be. This is just like what we were meant to do, and because it's so natural for us, and it just seems like such a good fit for our audience as well. And we're so happy to raise awareness about what we do, because it does so many things. It helps our visually impaired. We are aware of the dogs and what they go through before the formal training part begins when they get matched up with them. And then also on top of that, it's great for puppy raisers. Before they get into it, they can watch our show and get an idea of optimally, how much work you can put into it, and in our opinion, you should put into it. So it's really good for that as well, just to do education and raising awareness.
Yeah. Well, Amie, tell us about how much time do you spend every week doing the video blog?
I spend a fair amount of time. I mean, I do have my regular job on top of it, so I'm constantly running around trying to squeeze in some training sessions and not having to film me, and then quickly before heading to work, we'll shoot the main, and our lifestyle's a little crazy right now, but we put in a fair amount of time. And, of course, the videos don't show everything that we put into with Ricki. We just can't shoot it all. So Ricki goes pretty much everywhere with me. I do have a co-raiser who does help out once a week, Elizabeth, and she's just a godsend. Whenever I need a break, she's there to take Ricki, or if there's something I can't do with Ricki, she'll take her. And then she also takes Ricki 1 day a week to elementary school where she works. So Ricki's exposed to kids in the classroom, and she helps the kids learn the right sentences. So every year, we've been co-raising for a couple of years now. The new dog's still in the first grade class, and they're all learning the right sentences, and they get little books at the beginning of the year, depending on who the dog is, and they start off with sentences like, Ricki had to go to the vet, I have to go to the doctor too, and they write about their experience at the doctor, or Ricki has to behave at school, I have to behave too, and they're running in the halls, and they start learning how to be descriptive and describe things, and Ricki helps out with that. So that's also one thing that we haven't been able to show in our episodes. Is the one thing she does is go to school, and she helps kids learn, and she's very good with kids. I think it's just an amazing experience that my co-raiser can take her and teach the kids at an early age about service dogs and what they do, and how they can help out in the future when they're old enough.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great opportunity for both the kids and for Ricki. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, tell our listeners about Ricki. What kind of dog is she, in case they haven't seen the video blog?
Okay, Ricki is a lab golden cross. Her dad is full lab, and her mom is half lab, half golden. And she is a petite little girl. Last time I weighed her was about a week and a half ago, and she's topping off the scales at a whopping 37 pounds now. So she's a really nice size. She's very mellow, easygoing. She is really good in the house. She doesn't ever try to take things she's not supposed to. And it came kind of naturally to her for that. She's not the type that'll take things off the counter. She's calm. She'll occupy herself with her toys on her time off. She does love to play. But when we're working, she loves to go out. As soon as I get my shoes on, start getting ready to go, she wants to go everywhere with me. And she's often disappointed that sometimes when I don't take her to work with me and I leave her home with Matt, she has a sad look on her face like, well, why can't I go? And I say, oh, you don't want to go tonight, baby. We're going to be really busy at work and you're not going to be able to do anything. So she seems to really love to work. We are working through some distraction issues with the birds and the squirrels. She's making really good progress with it. So hopefully we can get her past that. But overall, she's been an absolute joy to raise. She's been an amazing dog. She's very friendly with everybody, cuddly, loves to please. I can't say good things about her. She's been such fun to raise, and I'm really glad that this is the puppy we got to start the show with. She's just the best candidate. She loves the camera. She gets excited when Matt starts getting the camera ready, and she knows we're going to go out and do something fun because, Dad brings the camera when we go to fun places, so she seems to really embrace being the center of attention and doesn't seem to mind being followed with a camera right on her tail. She actually seems to like it and turns on.
She sounds like a little angel. Oh, she sounds wonderful.
It's really amazing because, we've had 10 dogs, and, we've talked, Amie and I have talked about this. We've never publicly said it, but I guess we are now. It's funny. I mean, this would not have worked with some of the other dogs that we've had, and we feel so fortunate and lucky. It's like rolling the dice. We didn't know. I mean, in the future, we're going to continue, and we might not have as much luck, with future dogs doing the series. But we're really lucky. She's just a great dog for what we do. She's always so willing to work and willing to, be in front of the camera and willing to go on outings and always seems to do her best and just wants to please.
That's awesome. Well, we are going to take a quick break and hear some messages from our sponsors, and we're going to come right back and keep visiting with Amie and Matt and learn more about their little puppy in training, Ricki, and hear more about the cool things that she's out and about doing. So come right back after these messages.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/work, WORK, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fleurop.com and use the code WORK1234 at checkout, FLEUROP.com, code word WORK1234. If you ask the question, what do I want? What do I need? I'll take affection. I really should mention I need time. I need love. I crave attention. This is you waiting by the door. With shaking tails and happy hearts. And running circles round the floor. That's always when the party starts for me. They are my friends. They are my children. They are the furry brothers and kids. They are my family. They understand me. That's how I love my pets.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes.
Hi, this is Tim Link, host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Join me as we feature interviews with best-selling pet-related authors, award-winning writers, journalists, and bloggers. And we'll tell stories about the animals and interesting topics about the animals in our lives. Each of the interviews will give you a first-hand knowledge about why the authors and writers chose a particular story, what the featured animals meant to them, and what has become of those animals that we've talked about. And of course, I'll also share stories from my own books, blogs, articles, and experiences. So be sure to join me and the writers and authors on Animal Rights.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Working Like Dogs on Pet Life Radio. And we're visiting today with Amie and Matt Chapman, and we're talking about the guide dogs for the blind puppy that they're raising, Ricki. And so you guys, what do you think is some advice that you would give to a new puppy raiser? If someone wants to become a puppy raiser, what would you recommend for them?
Oh, good question. Really look into what is expected of you. It is a lot of work. It's a huge time commitment. It's super rewarding, so it makes it all worth it, but you really need to take a look at your lifestyle to make sure you can fit one of these dogs in, because they essentially really do go everywhere with you. You've got to learn to do your grocery shopping with one hand on a leash and the other hand picking out your groceries and at times. And things take a little bit longer to do, but every opportunity to go out in public is a training opportunity, so you've got to remember that. And for us, having to go through the setting, ask your group members questions, about their experiences. We have a great support system with our puppy raising. All the members are always there to talk and share experiences. Our leaders are always around to help us if we have any questions or problems. They'll come to the house and work with you. So it's nice to have that support system. And don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're having a problem or unsure how to train something, ask it. Don't be embarrassed. That's probably the most important thing, is ask a lot of questions and be totally honest with how your puppy's doing. Don't sugarcoat things. Don't be, say if your puppy has a problem going to the bathroom when they're supposed to, or if they're going on a walk when they're not supposed to. So it's a big deal. So make sure you mention any little details. It's important to mention for these dogs, because for regular dogs it may not be a big deal if, say like Ricki likes to stare at the squirrels and the birds. It distracts her, so that's something that we need to keep on top of. Whereas a regular dog, not so much of a problem, but she's got a big job ahead of her. She needs to pay attention to other things other than birds and balls and kids running by. So you've got to pay attention to details. It's just a lot of work goes into it, and make sure you're ready for it. And remember, there's a lot of other people going through it with you, so don't be afraid to ask questions and hang on to other people for support. So.
Well, as a puppy raiser, Amie, what's the monetary commitment that you have to make? Do you have to pay for Ricki's vet expenses, or what are the expectations?
Well, for us two guide dogs, they pay for her vet care. They get a stipend for each dog, but if they have some sort of medical condition, we call ahead and get pre-approval, and then we will pay for most everything. They set us up with HeartGuard and medication for the whole time we have her, so we don't have to pay for that. We do pay for toys and food, and we do have a lot of toys. She goes through a lot of food. Despite her size, she eats 4 cups of food a day, so we go through a fair amount of food. So we do pay for that, and any little things and stuff like that. We're here in Disneyland. We wanted to take her for a birthday. Yeah, we're having a good time too, but a lot of it was for, to give her the experience and have some fun with her. So, we pay for stuff like that. Crates. Some of the groups in the for the Guide Dogs Blind do have group crates. We don't necessarily have to pay for. We have purchased our own crates just because we have our other dog at home, and so we're spending a fair amount of money each year, but it's all worth it.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Well, and so Matt, tell us about your website, No Bones About It.
Oh, No Bones About It is the Guide Dog blog. And so they actually, Maury Angel writes the blog. She works over with Guide Dogs. She's in charge of the media and communicating to the public about, what's going on. She writes the blog. She also does admin the YouTube page and the Twitter and stuff. So it's not my blog. It's actually their blog, but they're great. They put all kinds of great information on their No Bones About It blog pertaining to, puppy raising, and not only that, but also working dogs and everything in between about the organization. So it's a fantastic blog to check in and see what's going on with guide dogs. And she updates it once a week.
Great.
So a fantastic resource, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was wondering, if No Bones About It was part of the work that you two are doing, or if that was separate. And it sounds like it's part of Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Yes, that's correct. That is their endeavor. They've been great about supporting us, and I've already written 2 blogs about us, and I'm sure there's going to be more.
I'm sure. Well, tell us, wasn't Growing Up Guide Pup premiered at the New Media Film Festival?
Yes. The New Media Film Festival. It's a fantastic new festival. It's only been around. I guess they had one in LA last year, and then they have one in San Francisco that we premiered at, and then they have another one going on in LA again. And it's a festival all about new media, focusing on footage that is shot on a cell phone, or content that's made for the web, basically new media. So it's a fantastic festival, and we're really lucky to get in and actually premiere our series there and to meet some great people. And so yeah, it was fantastic. We're really excited about it, and I think it's opened up some doors for us. We're actually, because of that festival, we have met an individual who runs an actual web series festival. It's the only of its kind. It's called the LA Web Fest. And we've already been told that we're going to be screening there, so we're pretty excited about that. So yeah, things are moving along, and we really like that. We're hoping to keep raising more awareness about what we're doing and spreading the word.
Well, it sounds like you guys are really doing that. And what are your future plans? I mean, based on the response you got from the industry professionals at the festival, what are you thinking for the future?
Well, we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, and the format could evolve. Right now, it's a web show, so a web series. That's just the entity of a web series. The format itself is really unpredictable across the board. Nobody can really say what is a web show, what is a web series. But what we have is defined, I think, by us, this is what a web series should be or could be, and we're real excited about that. So we're going to keep going with that, and that means every week we put up a new episode, and it's usually anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes. That way people can sit and watch on their computers. It's not too long. It's not too big of a commitment. For the people that also want to watch on their cell phones, things like that. And for the visually impaired, they can sit down and watch on their computers as well. And if, you have like an Apple TV or Windows TV, and now you can even watch our show on a television now, which is pretty cool. So we're going to continue with the web series format, but we're really open to other ideas. I mean, I would love to make this a TV show, what we're doing. We might have to evolve to something different. It would have to be maybe perhaps more than just the puppy raising angle. I could see us doing a TV show about the whole entire process, from puppy raising to the working dog angle to the training once they go back to the campus, to the veterinary staff and what they do. I think that to me would be our ultimate goal, if possible. But, we're just going to see where it goes and keep going. We do plan on, at the end of the season, taking all of our episodes and making a DVD. So we're going to make it so it's available for people. We're actually going to charge for that. We've invested a lot of money into this, and we thought we just want to raise awareness, get this out there, and build an audience. And maybe down the line we'll do something like this. And now we're thinking about doing it. So we're going to put all the episodes onto 2 or 3 discs, and then also have a whole bunch of bonus features that you would only be able to see by purchasing the DVD. And we're thinking about getting a portion of the proceeds to guide dogs as well. So stay tuned for that. It's still kind of in development in our heads, but it should be pretty good. I think the DVD will definitely have something to offer that you wouldn't be able to get by watching the show online.
Yeah, well, that sounds like all of great opportunities, on not only for you guys, but also for Guide Dogs for the Blind. So, Amie, I wanted to ask you, so when you get a puppy, how old was Ricki when you got her, and how long will she stay with you?
Ricki was 8 weeks old when we got her, and they're hoping, they normally take the puppies back between 14 and 16 months, depending on how their needs for the puppies to be back in training, how many dogs they have at the campus, and to the readiness of the puppy. So she's 12 months old now, so we only have a few months left. Unfortunately, I'd have to buy more time if I could, but this one.
Yeah.
We have them for, a good 14 or so months, just a little over a year. So we've had dogs go back as early as 15 months and as late as almost 19. So it just varies on their need at the campus and, how the puppy's maturity is.
Well, I know I when people see Whistle with me, a lot of people will say, oh, I wish I could be a puppy raiser, but I don't know how I could say goodbye to the puppy. I don't know how I could let it go. So I have to ask you, how do you cope with that? How do you deal with it and to say goodbye to all the puppies that you raise?
First of all, we get that question and comment all the time, and I have to admit, the first one was very difficult. We were very attached to him. But it did help that we brought home a new puppy that same day to help keep us busy and remind off things. I don't think I truly give them up. I always wonder what they're doing and how they're, if they're happy. And, of course, I'm sure all of them are. I do stay in contact with a fair amount of the people that have our previous dogs. So we get to go visit sometimes, and we get email updates, pictures. I actually just got a picture 2 days ago from puppy number 7. I'm trying to think, what number was he? And he's now retired, but the person that got him, that graduated with him, kept him when she retired as a pet. And she sends me pictures and videos and how happy he is in his retirement life. And so we keep in contact, which helps a lot. So anybody out there that's listening that has a working dog that had a puppy raiser, please keep in contact with us. We really like it. It really helps, know that we don't have to worry about our puppies anymore. They're kind of like our kids. They grow up, they go off to college, and they get a new family. So kind of look at it like that. It's never easy. I cry every time they go back, but I look forward to seeing them again at graduation. And, we've gained a lot of friends from this. The people that have our biggest dogs are new friends to us.
Absolutely. Can I chime in on that?
Go for it.
Okay, yeah, and I just I definitely want to repeat what that is by far the most common question we get. People always ask, how can you give them back? And really, what I would like to pose back to this question back would be, how can you not? And you really can't really say that until you've just gone through it, and we've been through it a lot. And it's amazing to see the end result, and it makes it all worth it. It makes you feel so good. And I never was really the type of person who was really into charity and giving back. And luckily, Amie, she's really opened me up for all that. And now it makes you feel so good to help other people out. And when you see a dog that you help raise and help become a guide dog, helping somebody, it really is the ultimate reward. When we went to Vancouver and we got to see Prudy with Donna, that was just awesome. And then Mac on our first dog, we've met with Jeannie more than once, and we've seen them working together. And they're just an awesome team. It just makes you feel really good. It's really asking some questions. Why? How could you not give them back?
Well, I love that, and I love your attitudes about it. Because the work that you're doing is so remarkable. And as I said, it's really hard to articulate it from the perspective of an individual with a disability, of how it changes our lives and gives us so much independence. And it's through this selfless love that starts out with this little puppy and the puppy raiser and all that you put into that. So Whistle and I can't thank you enough for the work that you're doing and for educating people, because also through Growing Up Guide Pup, I'm sure that is a remarkable recruiting tool for other puppy raisers. So I just think I commend you on the work that you're doing, and I can't wait to hear more about how this evolves and if it does turn into a television show. I think there's lots of awesome future opportunities for Growing Up Guide Pup, and I hope you guys will come back and share more with us of how it evolves and about Ricki as she goes forward with her new professional life. We want to hear about that and where she gets placed and what her new world looks like.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate the opportunity to talk about it, and thank you for having us on.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you, our listeners, for being with us. We really appreciate you. And I have to ask you guys one last thing. Amie, how can someone get in touch if they want to be a puppy raiser? How can they reach Guide Dogs for the Blind?
Probably the best way to do it is go to their website, www.guidedogs.com, and there's a link. There's plenty of links in there. There's tons of information about puppy raisers, and they will have their phone number. Give them a call. They will give you the phone number of a leader of a group in your area, and then you contact your leader and start going to meetings, and it all starts there and continues on. If you like what you're doing at the meeting, they'll home check, give you an application, and shortly after they'll give you a puppy.
Awesome. And Matt, how could someone access Growing Up Guide Pup? How can they find it?
Right now, we are solely distributing the show on YouTube. So there's several ways you can find it. You can simply go on if you have an account on YouTube. And actually, you don't need to have one, but it does help if you have an account on YouTube. But if you don't, you could just go on to YouTube, www.youtube.com, and you can type in our profile, which is Guide Dog Maniac. That's one way to do it. If you type in Guide Dog Maniac, all our videos will pop up. And you can click on any of the videos that way and see them. If you click on the Guide Dog Maniac link, it'll take the audience to our page. And on our page, we have all the videos. We have a playlist set up, and if you click the playlist button, right now it'll show all the videos in order from week 1 and on. So you can do that. But there's really a lot of ways. You just go into the search bar on YouTube, and you type in GUGP or Guide Dog Maniac. GUGP stands for Grown Up Guide Pup. It'll take you to the videos, and then from there you can click in your way to our profile, or you can just watch the videos on YouTube because they'll pop them up all over the place in the search.
Okay, great. And we will have that information up on our website at PetLifeRadio.com on Working Like Dogs. So we'll make sure that our listeners have a couple of different ways that they can find Growing Up Guide Pup, and also that they can find more information if they'd like to become a puppy raiser for guide dogs for the blind. So thanks so much, and we hope that you'll come back and join us again at Working Like Dogs. And we'd love to get your emails and your questions and comments, so please keep those coming. And you can email me at Marcie, Marcie, at PetLifeRadio.com. So take good care, and we hope you'll come back and join us soon. Thanks so much.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.